What's up guys, Hammer7 Jr. over here today, and welcome to another episode in F1 Clash. Today's video I'm going to show you the best strategy guide for a Series 6 Euro trip. So first I want to take you through everything. So the drivers that I selected today are basically going on these attributes. Okay, so the driver selectors need to be well-rounded with decent wet weather capabilities. As in Euro trip, tracks tend to be driven in the rain. So for this series, I've chosen Kevin Magnussen and Alex Albon as my drivers because they have decent wet weather ability and an overall well-rounded drivers with decent overtaking and defending capabilities. So for this series, I just want to make sure that team score that I've found, the team score range that you must try and opt for is about 720 to 780, which is optimal. You can go a little bit lower and a little bit higher, but you do tend to fall victim to those guys who run a really bad car with a very good driver like a Max Verstappen or a Lewis Hamilton epic. You know, if you are getting caught in that trap, make sure to adjust your team score as best as you can. Cool. So for the car setup, I do believe that in this specific series, the tracks tend to be, especially in Barcelona, lots of high-speed corners. So therefore, the most important attributes would be power and aero. So power allows your drivers to get up to max speed faster, which means that you can overtake more. And then aero allows for stability through high-speed corners. So because Barcelona especially has got a lot of high-speed corners, aero would be your best bet. Grip obviously allows for stability through slow-speed corners, which personally, I think there's one or two tracks in Eurotrip, but the majority is high-speed corners. So I would opt for concentrating your car on power and aero. Just trying to achieve the highest power and aero rating is what I would suggest. Okay, so Spain-Barcelona is the track that we are going to be racing on today. And bearing in mind what I just said about, let's see how qualifying goes. So you'll see there's a lot of high-speed corners. Our power and aero should come to an advantage if we have a higher value than them. And I suspect that's the case. So we've qualified first and second in front of them, as said before. We're going to put Alex Albon on softs, and we're going to put Kevin Magnussen on mediums. So if you see the time difference there quickly, Alex Albon on softs is 29 seconds, and the hards is 32.1. So that's 30 seconds, 31 seconds, 32 seconds. That's 3 seconds difference between that the on-track speed is between softs and hards. Not a massive difference between softs and mediums. That's why I always opt for the soft and medium option. Okay, so when this starts, we are going to be going on reds till about the third of the way, just to see how far we can get ahead. Because of our power and aero, as well as our tire choice, we should be able to get a nice advantage over the opponent. They did start on hards and mediums, and we're going to show you why he shouldn't be doing that. Okay. So we're pretty comfortable here. What I'm thinking at the moment is, okay, Alex Albon on softs is a 2-3 strategy. So 2-3 laps on softs, and Magnussen is a 3-4. So what I'm looking for after the first lap is to see how much tire I've got left, right? So 100 divided by 3, because that's how many laps we've got to do, is 66. So we're more than comfortable on Alex Albon as well as Magnussen. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So therefore, on the second lap, when you've passed the finish line, Magnussen needs to be on 75, and then 50, then 25, and then pit when he's on the 25%. Alex Albon looking comfortable here on 44% tire. We're not too worried about the reliability. I always do pit stops. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to red speed with Alex Albon because until it goes to 33%, because that's how much tire I need to complete the last lap is 33%. So I'll sort of go through that thinking again with Magnussen now when he passes it. So therefore we're going to now stop Albon on the mediums, because we want to make sure that the pit lane is always open for our drivers. We don't want to double stack or just stack the drivers. So Magnussen is a little bit behind schedule here in terms of the mediums. He was on 24 and hadn't even passed the finish line. So that's why I made him just drive on greens up until he pits, and I'm going to put him on mediums. Alex Albon just came out of the pit on mediums. Fuel is looking good. Magnussen comfortably ahead. We're also going to do a repair for Magnussen. So let's see. So Magnussen barely makes this. Barely makes this. I didn't watch his time management, but I think it was actually spot on. Like made it perfectly. But from a speed perspective, because we're riding on greens, it was slower. So Albon comfortable, again, past the finish line at 75% tire. Happy with that. That means Albon will be able to last 4 laps on the mediums. So right now, I'm pretty much chilling. I'm just seeing what the opponent's doing. So Albon, the opponent's Albon is on mediums behind. There's no way they're catching us because we're on the same tire. So even if I wanted to here, I could probably manage a little bit better, putting it on green, you know, making sure that we have some leeway at the end. If I'm not mistaken, the opponent's second driver is on hards. The Albon is comfortably ahead. Our Albon is comfortably ahead. We don't need to do much. So I'm just tire managing with Albon at the moment. Just have a look and see what happens. So just to reiterate what I've been saying, as you can see, Albon is in 32%. Albon needs 25% to finish the last lap. So we're more than comfortable here, so we should speed Albon up until it's 25%, put him back on normals, because he would have enough to complete the track. I hope that makes sense. Tires almost worn. There is 2 laps to go, so we're going to put him on softs and do a reliability check. I will say it's probably good to have a fairly decent grip level when racing in Eurotrip, because in Barcelona especially, you tend to slip out. Let's see what his... okay, so Albon makes the pit lane easily. Magnussen on 27. Magnussen can actually finish the race here on 25. So he's going to go on greens. He's got 25%. Magnussen's done. Don't have to worry about Magnussen. Yes, Albon's ahead. Magnussen behind. The opponent's Magnussen is behind. Can you see they didn't do the pit stop? Reliability issue. So they didn't repair the vehicle. Albon, look how Albon gets ahead of Magnussen here, basically. Like, Albon has the potential to full send it at the end and even possibly get past the opponent's Albon, which is ahead. So we'll see. Magnussen just making it and gets ahead. Easy win. Cool. Now what we're going to do is look at the post-race analysis. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's see what it says here. So we won comfortably by 8 points. Happy with that performance. Means our team scores at a good place because we're not going against... We're going against evenly matched people. So from a strategy perspective there, Albon started on... Did a 1-stop. Hards. Mediums. Exactly the same drivers. From a car perspective, there we go. As you can see, my power rating was higher. His aero grip reliability was better, but his power was so bad that there's no point in having the aero that high or the grip that high if the power is going to be that bad. So that's something to sort of take note. And the reason why we won that is because we didn't use hards. Like, please guys, don't use hards. Especially in Eurotrip 6, I don't find it's very specific. I think only if you are 1 and 2, I don't know. I've yet to discover when hards are useful. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel to make sure that you never miss another F1 Clash video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.